Yo, what's up? I'm Randal Wyatt with Jimbo on Across the Street.
Check it, yo. If my set's long, you better hope your neck's strong. I wreck songs, causing head bobs and raised left arms. Been slept on, you get enough rest yet? I get a few stares, but I'ma take this to the next step. A different breed, spitting heat consistently.
What is good? I'm here with Randal Wyatt. Thank you so much for joining the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
What is good with you today? We just got done doing a little interview there.
Yeah. Well, it's almost the 1-year anniversary of me becoming a homeowner in a very unconventional way. So I brought the previous homeowner over to my house to do a little interview so we can get her voice on why she gifted me the house the way she did.
We could probably tell the story and fast forward, but you were...
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I started an organization called Taking Ownership PDX back in July of 2020. It blew up overnight. What we do is we fix black-owned homes and businesses for free as a form of reparations and to fight back against gentrification. And this woman, she reached out to me and she wanted to transfer her home to black ownership. And so I jumped on the opportunity and she sold me the house for what was left on the mortgage. So I walked into $500,000 in equity in a beautiful neighborhood, in a historically black neighborhood. This is the Albina neighborhood. It's not black anymore. There's still some people out here, but that's the goal of the whole thing, is to help people keep their homes in these neighborhoods and bring folks back to these neighborhoods.
Great story, listening to the story and having heard it once before. Very powerful coming from her, though. So everyone out there should be excited to see that project when that comes out. I'll have that done for you right away, of course.
Yeah.
If you watch the show enough, you know I do bring everybody a gift. As part of to support our local music scene here, I brought you the new Figure 8 mixtape that just came out, 8 Miles and Running.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. I'm always down to hear some local MCs, man. You know, I can't say I'm familiar with them, so I'm extra excited to hear it.
Cool. Yeah, he's a good dude. So other than the Taking Ownership PDX, you got any more music lined up for us at all, Randal? You've been having a chance to do any of that at all, even?
You know, it's been on the back burner. I did put an album out back in April, on April 6th, which is my son's birthday. They turned 16 years old last April. And I put out an album called 16, kind of dedicated to them. But I had to recently take it off Bandcamp because PayPal and Venmo banned me from their services.
What?
Yeah. So I took it off, and now I'm putting all the songs out as singles on streaming sites. But so I'll have some new songs coming. Oh, they'll be new to a lot of people, you know. But yeah, the album did really well.
Is that why they canceled it, do you think? Or what was, I mean...
So what I think...
That's hard, that seems crazy to me.
It is crazy. So what I think is that when I initially started Taking Ownership PDX, I did it very guerrilla style. And I didn't have an LLC, I didn't do anything. I just said, send me your money and I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna allocate it to the black community. And I didn't know I was gonna raise $100,000.
Oh, a little red flag maybe popped up on it there.
So I raised a lot of money through my PayPal, through my Venmo, through my Cash App. And I think that they think I'm a sex worker or a drug dealer or something, man. I don't know, and they canceled me. So so I can't use their services anymore. They won't tell me why. So whatever. But yeah, so I had to take, you know, Bandcamp, you know, the financial side of that is all through PayPal, so I had to take it down and whatever. Well,
yeah, that sucks.
There's other resources.
Yeah. You got a show coming up December 18th, I believe.
Correct. So now I'm using Taking Ownership as a form to help the black community, or the rap community, I should say. Since I'm already helping the black community, I want to transfer to the other community I love, which is the hip hop community. And so I want to start throwing shows. And so I'm going to cross the street here real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
We were in good hands if we got hit, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to start using the brand to put some shows on we're doing this show at Kelly's Olympian, December 18th. Headlining is Swiggle Mandela. It's real loud out here, man.
Yeah, it's super loud. We got the ghetto birds on today. Lifeline. Yeah, Dub Dynamite's on that bill. DJ Zone's gonna be there.
Yep. We have Matt Randall.
Woo.
We have Soulfire. Yeah, and my guy DJ Zone's holding it down, which is crazy to get him out of the studio to do something like this. So
During my DJ Zone interview, he admitted to doing 40,000 songs or something last year.
I believe it. I believe it. That man's a madman. He doesn't sleep, anything. Great dude. But yeah, so we'll be there on December 18th. That's a Saturday. Come out, support. Great artists. And yeah.
Oh, look at the neighborhood. Look at graffiti rolling in. Look, hey. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
So have you had a chance to come out here and play around in the neighborhood at all?
Oh yeah. I'm a regular at Maui's.
Is you got a favorite spot?
Yeah, Maui's is a spot. They got pool tables and a ping pong table. So now that I'm a retired basketball player, I have to find new sports.
I saw you were looking for a gym to play in.
Yeah, to shoot around in. I'm not trying to play for real, you know. I'm getting old. I got a little extra, pandemic pounds on me, so the knees aren't feeling ready to hoop yet. Maybe after a year of shooting around and all that, I'll get back on the court.
I'd like to find that too, if you could just find a cool place to just go shoot hoops, yeah.
I'm thinking Matt Dishman Community
Oh,
Center.
there you go.
It's right up the street. I think
you
that's
go.
where I'm going to start going to get some shots up. And if there's some young kids there that think they can hang with me in the post, I'll show them how we do it.
Boski Rock, one of our former guests, he was a legend out of Oklahoma City there.
Oh, yeah?
Daddy Backwood, also a former guest, played college basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
right on, man.
A couple ballers on the squad there.
Yeah, I didn't get too far in basketball, but I was pretty good for a little bit there.
You're from out here. You grew up North Portland, right?
I grew up in Northeast Portland. I grew up off 31st and Prescott. I also grew up in Southeast Portland. So from birth to age 11, I grew up near Franklin High School. We moved over to 31st and Prescott when I was 11, and then I went to Grant High School and Benson High School.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm from the town.
PIL, for those who don't know.
Yes, sir. All my life. PPS, all my life.
What's the vibe like out here? You liking it, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean,
good.
it's definitely gentrified. You take a look at it.
Yeah. Boom.
Lots of good food though. Good beer out here. It's cool. Lots to do. And then Mississippi Avenue is just that way, so lots to do down there.
All on foot too. This is great.
Unthanked Park's right around the corner.
Unthanked Park, yeah.
This is where I kick it a lot right here.
Right
I'm
here.
just playing.
Yeah, neighborhood. Couch setting, always important in Portland.
But it's good. It's good.
So I had a couple questions for you. One of them was the taking ownership thing. I know that's such a big thing for you right now. This TV show that I created kind of took me by surprise and got a little more popular than I expected. A little overwhelming for me. I was wondering if you kind of had the same experience at some point with the taking ownership.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Down here.
Yeah.
Most definitely, man. I mean, to be honest, even just there's times where it's slower and I'm getting hang of it, and I've been able to bring in a lot of subcontracting people to help me. Mm-hmm. But really, I'm the only full-time employee, so I'm wearing a lot of hats right now because I just don't have the finances. Because all the money we bring in, we allocate out. So I just haven't had the infrastructure to hire staff to take on and delegate some of this work. So yes, and then people are constantly reaching out and wanting to support, and it's a lot of work to figure out how to get, how to make roles for people.
Are there a lot of logistics that you have to get through as well for people to be able to help?
Yeah, I mean, we got to find a place. Where can we help them? It takes a lot of energy to collaborate with other people and get the word out to our homeowners, and it's also project management, like managing all the projects we're doing for the homes. That takes a lot of work. Finding the contractors to do the work, finding the resources and stuff like that. So,
is that something you're doing all yourself right now currently?
Yeah, fundraising, interviews, project management.
Wow.
You could say, you name it. The only thing I don't really do is I even write some grants. I write grants. I hire people to do, some things for me. A lot of the admin work. Luckily, I have Friends of Noise. That's my fiscal sponsor.
Shout out to Andre Middleton.
Yeah, shout out to him. He does a lot of admin work for me as well. So.
Great, that's great. How about the boys? The boys caught on to this. They like what you're doing. They're helping you.
I wouldn't say they're helping me much.
Right.
They're busy themselves actually,
Sure.
because they're in school and they work. So they're working in the evenings and going to school during the day. So right now I'm focusing on them stacking their money. I set them up with some IRA accounts, so that way when they're, they'll be set when they're older. Yeah, we're just focused on them making their money and getting through school. I don't expect them to help me much.
Sure.
They do some volunteer stuff, like when we do neighborhood cleanups, they come out.
All right. No, that's great. I love the extended, reach to the community and getting all of us involved and everything. So that's a good thing that you're doing. Have
Yeah.
you had a chance to reveal it or lay about in your success? Have you had a chance to kind of, I don't know, take it all in and just kind of have great
Yeah. So, well, kind of. So, last August, I hit a wall where I was like, oh my God, I'm just constantly working. I have never ran my own business except for, like Speaker Minds, my band, I ran that, but that wasn't all the time. And this was the first summer of actually being an established organization, so there was so much going on. And I went on vacation. I did a 2-week road trip by myself. But it was good. I got to be, by myself. I met up with a lot of friends in California, things like that. I got to see the whole coast. It was beautiful. So that was a big moment for me. It was
being by yourself kind of gave you a chance to kind of
just collect myself.
Yeah.
I also just had gotten out of a relationship, so I just needed some time to myself to collect my thoughts, and it definitely helped a lot.
We were talking fitness tips before we started the interview. He made a nice looking lunch, I will say. Was that shrimp?
It was shrimp with some asparagus and broccoli and stuff. Yeah, I'm
good.
trying to eat a little bit better. I got some weight to shed.
What else are you good at, Randall? You do all kinds of crap. This question seems to haunt a lot of people. What else are you good at?
am I good at? Well, I rap pretty good.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I'm pretty good at most competitive sports, man. Most competitive games, I should say. So beer pong. Nobody can see me at beer pong. Ping pong, I'm pretty good, except for there's a few cats up here at Maui's that run the show. I just love card games and board games and stuff like that.
You play spades?
I don't play spades. I can't lie. I'm pretty mad at my dad for not teaching me that one.
How about domino? You good at domino?
Dominoes. I'm pretty good at dominoes. But I'm all about board games and stuff like that, and card games, and just game nights. So, holler at me if you're throwing a game night. I'll come through. I don't care who you are.
I keep thinking on the show I want to do that. I want to have some rappers play Foursquare or Connect Four against my son.
Oh, okay.
During the interview.
We just played it was called Bouncing Ball. It was like a bouncing ball Connect Four game. You have to bounce it in. And
oh, cool.
And
like a 3-dimensional one? Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. So, yeah, man. I love the one at the arcade, the basketball Connect Four.
Well, I don't know if I played that one. Where's that at?
That's at Dave and Buster's, or not Dave. Is that Dave and Buster's?
This is my favorite part about Portland sometimes. These poles just contain these little pieces of history that just get kind of forgotten about. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I love it. I remember the days of
pinning up your own posters.
Pinning them up, man. Yeah, I used to have my kids do them for me too.
You got some posters made too for the show.
I did, yeah. I'm gonna have PSU students put them up all over Portland.
Oh, cool.
So I collaborate with PSU, and students can get hours towards their capstones, so they can help them graduate by doing work for my organization.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that something that you set up on your own too?
Well, I just finished my degree at PSU. I just finished my bachelor's degree in social science with a double minor in Black Studies and sociology. So,
congratulations,
so I started. Thank you. I started taking ownership while I was still in college, and so some of my professors caught wind, and we're like, okay, well, let's. Can you help out some of our students with getting hours? And I of course.
Wow.
I just did that. I needed the hours just not that long ago, so I got to help these students out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you out here solving Portland's problems.
I'm trying, man. I'm just trying to connect us all. There's too much divisive shit going on out here. I'm trying to go a different route with all this.
Yeah, we had an eventful week in the Portland hip hop community. Some things got thrown around the city here a little bit, and chasing the ambulance that I was doing with the news. Have you ever made a diss track, Randall?
A long time ago.
You don't seem like the kind of guy that.
I'm not really a confrontational person unless I really have to be, and I'm usually smiling, and I like to have a good time. I like to laugh. I like to show love, man. But I have put out a diss track when I was real young. In the beginning, when you start out with hip hop, I don't care who you are. You gotta battle. You gotta like prove that you can do this shit. And I've already proved myself in the game, so I don't really. And a lot of people, don't really test me, which I don't give them really a reason to. So.
Sure.
Yeah, and
this is the spot right here.
This is my go-to right here.
So we can catch Randall here playing ping pong some nights, right?
And pool.
And pool. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at pool. I'm streaky. I'm good for like 3 games, and then I lose focus, and because and then I'm on to something else.
They got good food here too?
No, actually, no, not at all.
Gotta go eat somewhere else.
Maybe the worst food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Environment.
But that's all right because we just walk down there.
Whole street. Yeah, I got a whole street of good stuff here. Look at this weird monstrosity they just throw up. Some of this stuff looks out of place around here.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, this took out a lot of residential homes. All these big buildings and stuff. And the sad part is, the developers, they just came in and they don't have the same regulations as like residential homeowners, where you have to like talk to your neighbors about if you're going to do something with your property and all this. They just come in here and the city just gives them reign to just take houses and build up whatever the fuck they want to build up. It doesn't have to even provide resources to the people that originally lived here. They're throwing up artesian cafes, shit, and bread shops. And knocking out resources that were originally for black folks and brown folks, things like that, who lived here. So, when they put these buildings up, they know what they're doing. They want the neighborhood to change.
Has the city taken notice of what you're doing?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to meet with the city, in particular the Bureau of Development Services, who a report just came out about how gentrified neighborhoods are being disproportionately targeted by complaint-based property maintenance liens and fines, because affluent white people or young white people with money move into these neighborhoods, and obviously they have more money than their black and brown neighbors, so they can't keep up with their houses the same, and they're complaining to the city about their neighbors, and then they're getting liens and fines put on their homes instead of going over there with compassion and being like, how can we help you? What's going on? Why aren't you keeping up? And a lot of these are elderly folks too. So that report just came out. I forget the name of it, but it just validated the shit out of what Taking Ownership PDX is doing. And this is why we fix up homes, to keep the city off their back, and also to push a narrative of like community mindset, of compassion. Go talk to your neighbor, get to know your neighbor. Figure out why they're in the position they're in, and see if you can help them out.
If there's a message we can take out of today's episode, I think it's that. I think
yes.
that first, if you're out there and you don't have any money to give anyone, go check on your neighbor, help them with their grass.
Yep.
Take their trash out if you can.
Yeah,
stuff that goes in the world.
See if they need help painting. A lot of times, when you're a senior citizen, you're elderly. Even if you have the money, they may not have the resources or the ability to do the work themselves. Keeping up with a house, I'm 36 years old, I'm in pretty good shape. And keeping up with my house, I have to hire people, I have to, it's a lot of work, and it's always something. It's always something.
Well, thank you so much for opening the city's eyes to that problem, because that's what it is, it's a problem.
Definitely.
And no, that's great, man.
Yeah.
We ran through about 18 minutes here pretty quick on our nice little walk. You want to give us a little PSA, shout outs, whatever you want to do to get us on out of here?
Absolutely. So if you want to contribute, be a part of the Taking Ownership mission, you can go to takingownershippdx.org. You can sign up to be a volunteer. We do volunteer efforts all the time, whether it's neighborhood cleanups or we go out to black-owned homes and clean up their yards, or clean up the insides of their homes, whatever they may need. Nothing structural, nothing permitted. If you want to donate money, you can do that as well. That goes the longest way, obviously, because we get to hire the services to do the work. If you want to get us in touch with organizations and companies in the home improvement realm, that always helps too. We always want more resources and more people to collaborate with and partner with. So yeah, check us out, takingownershippdx.org. And then, check me out. I'm going to be coming out with music soon here. I'm playing shows again. I just played my first show ever at a venue since the pandemic. out in Spokane. It felt good. I'm feeling like I'm ready to get back on stage, so stay tuned for that.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Randall. I really appreciate you, appreciate your time. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, you just let me know, all right?
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.